Okay, so it's the time travel episode, and they're going back to set right what once went wrong. And oh yeah, it happened in the 80s. If this episode doesn't scream I'm gonna love it, I don't know what does. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Timeless, the Karma Chameleon. And oh boy do I love the 80s. And right now, Flynn has two pilots, and they don't think that the best idea is to use the mothership. They think the best idea is to destroy the mothership. You know what? There's part of me that says, yeah, destroy the time machine. The time machine's bad. Time travel's bad. It's bad, okay? It's the number one problem with time travel. Once someone has it, two people have it. Once two people have it, you have a time war on your hands. They did it with the Evil Leaper in Quantum Leap. They did it with the aliens in 7 Days. And sooner or later, they do it everywhere. And you know what? Time wars are bad. The idea of weaponized time travel scares the shit out of me. And I want you to think about this. Going back in time to stop someone from being born, messing with their parents, that is Time War 101. That is the horror that is rewriting history so that your enemy's never born. And once that starts, I don't even want to think about where this show goes. And here we are. So before I go into specifics, let's throw this up here like usual. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. I wanted to start with Back to the Future references and the A-Team and all the rules of time travel, but instead I decided that I was going to focus on relationships. Why? I don't know, because it's getting close to February. Lucy gets told that the person you love would, of course, tell you before they go back. And, of course, who is it that told her? None other than Wyatt. There's been some will they won't they between the two of them since the beginning of the series. The fact that Rufus's girlfriend is the one that tells her is just kind of interesting and funny, especially since Rufus is in the past currently trying not to get laid, which again was humorous. With no Flynn in this, there was still plenty of lives in danger and plenty of stuff going on. And I have to say, plenty of will they won't they between Wyatt and Lucy, even in different time periods. Okay, this is the second time that a time machine has been stolen. Boy, does Mason Industries need to improve their security in some way, shape, or form. And this time it's two of our heroes, Rufus and Wyatt. They're going back in time to stop Wyatt's wife from being killed, and they're gonna do it by, oh yeah, this has Greek tragedy written all over it, by stopping his parents from getting together. Anyone who thinks that they can control time travel to this precise thing is in the same exact problem that Flynn has. You don't know all the variables, and it constantly comes up because Wyatt constantly is misjudging variables, from the plane arriving early to the storm to just the idea of that first aid kit. Could you imagine if you were trying to figure out cause and effect over and over again for all of these things? Could you imagine trying to figure that out and trying to make a plan as to how you would alter history? Leave it down in the comments if you think you could do it. But that's exactly what Rittenhouse wants to do. Well, really, that's exactly what Lucy needs to do to get back her daughter. Well, that's exactly what Flynn's trying to do to defeat Rittenhouse. And if you believe the two pilots, it's what is physically possible. But again, I want you to think about this. No matter how much Rittenhouse tries to lay down the dominoes the right way, how could you ever predict? I mean, Flash is doing an okay job over in his universe of showcasing the fact that time travel is dangerous and you never know exactly what's going to happen. But is Lucy and Flynn showcasing it in this? Yet another thought to have. Can Rittenhouse ever truly succeed in their plan? Take Wyatt's plan, and let's take a look at the idea of a Greek tragedy. The idea that in the middle of your prophecy, you try to avoid your prophecy, and as such, you cause your prophecy. Well, Wyatt and Rufus go back in time and try to stop them from meeting so that they never have the kid. Except look what happens. He comes to the day to save the day because Wyatt looks like the bad guy. And when he does, poof, it's the same thing. I guess I should just consider us lucky that Wyatt isn't the father of the guy who killed his wife, because that's totally a possibility in time travel. However, then we have the other little time travel conundrum, and that is the case of Lucy's father, and the fact that he's Rittenhouse, and the fact that now she knows he's Rittenhouse. And if that's not an entire subplot waiting to go boom, I don't know what is. We also have the fact of what's going on with Mason at Mason Industries, and the idea that although it's yet to be explored, What happens if someone from their future comes back with a time machine, a mothership, or, I mean, seriously, at some point in the future, even just something like 25 days from now, 25 days from now, they send a pilot back. What about 100 years from now? Time travel's already invented, right? So what area does that leave us? You can't uninvent something, no matter how much they want to. And at the end of the day, that's the problem with blowing up the mothership. It's putting the genie back in the bottle. It's slamming the barn door after all the horses are already gone. Time travel's been invented. Time travel's been weaponized. Everything is going to change. And all of this leads back to one final question, one final revelation. The fact is that Wyatt caused things to be worse. Wyatt killed someone who was innocent of everything except being a sperm donor. And for what cause? What help? And what hindrance? Well, he saved 2 lives, but not the one he went back for. And could trading 2 lives for one matter? And isn't that exactly what happened with the pilot? Isn't that exactly what Rittenhouse is planning on doing? How many lives is a secret worth? How many lives are it worth to put right anything? Because how much wrong does it take to counterbalance it? I think we're back into questions I can't answer that are far deeper than this show can go. Based on the previews and just my guess on how the season is structured, next week we're going to start to see answers on Rittenhouse, or at least some more clues. So this might be your last chance to put your guess down in the comments. What is Rittenhouse really doing? What is the master plan? And who's the real villain? But for now, we've reached the part of the video where I'm going to ask you to like, share, and comment, and then come back here next time to help me build a community, and then help me walk through the heart of the stories we tell, even the super convoluted time travel ones, which I really love. Thanks for watching.